I was going to make a video about 10 practical ways that designers can use Nano Banana Pro, but while testing it, I reached some limitations. Most things worked, but some things didn't quite work the way you'd expect. And also, some of my clients using ChatGPT have asked whether they can use that for the same kind of work. So instead of one 10 tips video, I'm turning it into a series to compare ChatGPT with Gemini across parts of the design process. Same tasks, same inputs. This is the first video where I test how they handle going from sketches to rendered design concepts. I'll release the next videos as I record them and edit them, so stay tuned. To start off with, I took an old sketches of a character that when I used to be an animator and a character designer, character animator, over 20 years ago now, I was hired to design some characters. They wanted to create this band of babies. So babies who have this rock band. I designed some of the characters there. We had this, the lead guitarist. So I remember sketching. I found these sketches of that character in my old sketchbook. Thought I'd use it to see if I can generate the character in the style that we were going to make it. It didn't get made in the end, this series. It would have been in the kind of Pixar animation style. And I wrote here I'm now in Gemini, so I'm in the Gemini platform. I'm going to use Nano Banana Pro, of course. And I use this prompt: generate a character turnaround sheet, front, side, back, of the exact character in a 3D animation style like a Pixar style. The tattoo on his left shoulder saying, "This baby rocks," in rock and roll font style. His bandana is a deep red. His guitar is black with red flame-like graphics. Of course, I don't have those details totally in the sketches, but let's see how it performs. With Gemini Nano Banana Pro inside the Gemini platform, you want to be using the thinking model, not the fast. Fast uses the Nano Banana, not the Pro version of it, which is a much worse engine. So don't use it. Don't use that model. Select create images and prompt what you want with the sketch that you've uploaded. So I upload the sketch using the plus sign upload files from my hard disk or from your Google Drive. You can do that. And it gave me this image. If we look at it, it's the same kind of pose, this one, as the main pose here. It captured that pose, so it was quite smart in getting that pose. And also, if you notice that I had drawn this kind of curl of his hair coming out of the banana on his forehead. On all the drawings, it's actually there. And it actually captured that. So it got the shape, it got his character more or less as I drew it. So it did a good job. This baby rocks on his left shoulder as well appears, and it did the turnaround sheet as I asked. So for character design, Gemini or Nano Banana can actually do a good job. If we look at what ChatGPT, I did exactly the same thing. I uploaded the same image, gave it exactly the same prompt, and it gave me this image. You can see that already it's not the same character. I kind of like the tattoo more. The guitar is done well. It's not the same shape. It hasn't picked up on that curl on the forehead. The one thing that already you can see is that Nano Banana Pro is able to capture certain details or elements of your sketches a lot more. If I said to it, look, notice the curl of hair on his forehead and stick to the exact character, even though I've kind of written it here, of this exact character, it's clear that ChatGPT has less adherence to character than in a sketch form than Nano Banana Pro. Let's look at another example of sketches. You can use silhouettes or really rough sketches. I just quickly sketched this. It took me, I don't know, half a minute to kind of sketch this character out who's jumping in the air in a certain kind of silhouetted pose, no details. I just quickly wrote AI is here on some rough paper, scanned it, uploaded it into this, and said, generate a realistic photo from this sketch of a male science professor wearing glasses and mid-blue buttoned shirt, jumping for joy and celebration in the exact same pose as in the sketch, with the blocky sans serif style font where the text sits. Make the background of a blurred university campus that is overexposed so it's barely discernible. There's quite a few things in there it needs to take into account. This is what Gemini or Nano Banana Pro did. It got the professor, his glasses, the mid-blue shirt, button shirt. The campus in the background is out of focus and not quite discernible. You could use more technical language like depth of field is very shallow, so it's out of focus. You can be more specific if you want. It gave me the right kind of font, so it got exactly what I wanted. I didn't mention what the text actually writes here. It doesn't need to because it's in the image. So it did a good job. Obviously, I can keep iterating on that until I get something maybe that I truly like, but I just thought it's just a quick test to see what it can do with a simple sketch. We look at what ChatGPT managed. Same image, same prompt. And you can see here, it got kind of it right. The only thing that it missed out was the font. This could be a happy accident where I say I actually prefer that proper font, but it got the same kind of pose. There's some weird reflection there in the shoe. I don't understand what's going there, but it's a minor detail. The pose is right. Button shirt, which is mid blue, correct. The out of focus, barely discernible campus is fine. So also did a good job. I did another test where I gave it a sketch of a kitchen that I'd shown in a previous video of mine, if you've seen it. And this is a kind of sketch that I did for a short film that I was going to shoot. And I wanted to sketch it out to remind myself how it looked. I guess I didn't, it was in the days where mobile phones didn't have good cameras and you can just take a shot. So I didn't have a digital camera on me, basically. I sketched it out while I was there. And it just helped me kind of figure out, okay, how does this set work? And I wrote, generate a realistic photo of this kitchen with soft daylight. Countertops are dark varnished wood. The cabinet doors are pale wood. The stove, stroke oven, and the air vent above it are in stainless steel. Make the windows and door frames dark stained wood. Make the backsplash above the counters a terracotta color. The floor is a cream marble tiles. Photo in 16:9 aspect ratio. So it got it more or less right. I just wish I hadn't done this weird stainless steel back of the oven. It's so huge. It's not realistic. You could edit that after the fact, but it got the details right. And it managed to capture from this sketch, which doesn't have a lot of details. It looks like kind of a towel, cutting board with a knife, a bowl with fruit. You've got a plant there, you've got a radiator, picture, frying pans hanging off on the wall there. All these tiny little elements that are very hard to understand what they are from the sketch because it's so small. In Gemini, it captured the towel here, it captured the toaster, the knives there, bread holder, all the things that we can see in the sketches are kind of there. The frying pans, the right colors in the frames and everything. So it did a good job. It's kind of a natural lighting. The terracotta backsplash is here, the marble floor. So it did a good job in rendering that sketch. ChatGPT, same thing again, same image, same prompt. It's not bad, but it has some mistakes. Like here, it didn't understand what this is, so it just kind of made up a weird kind of cutting board instead of a towel. The fruit bowl is better than in Gemini, but there the knife is odd shaped. But here, all the little details of the elements on the counters, you're not quite sure what they are. The frying pans look a bit weird in terms of proportions, but generally it just gives you a quick sense of what this space looks like using the colors. And what I liked here is the terracotta backsplash is better than the one in Gemini. Some things here work better. Cabinets here are a bit weird, like this cabinet here, this space here, just something odd is happening there. So just to recap, what you do is upload your image. So you click the plus sign, add from your Google Drive, and then make sure you prompt it with the right amount of detail. So you're telling it to generate a realistic photo. In this case, I'm asking for a photo. I could ask it for an illustration of a certain style, or I can ask it for a more defined drawing, whatever it is style that you're trying to get at. From this sketch, you give it the subject matter. So in this case, it's a male science professor wearing glasses. I could be more detailed than that. I could say he's blonde. I could say he's dark haired. I could say he's wearing a baseball cap. Yeah. Give it the details that you want. Even though that detail doesn't exist here, you're also adding that extra layer of detail through words. What are your colors that you're looking for? What is the feel that you're looking for? The tone, whatever you can describe in words, make sure you put it in the prompt. And the beauty of ChatGPT and Gemini is that you can basically prompt it in a conversational way, but be precise and try to not be vague with it, because then it just goes and does what it wants. Tell it what the background is, tell it what the lighting is it daytime, is it nighttime? It's really helpful for the AI to achieve a look that you're actually looking for. And of course, we can see here that each one has their flaws, and we're going to discover that. In this case, ChatGPT is not the best at text, not as good in text as Nano Banana Pro. So in this case, it ignored my request for a certain style font instead of for the text. So I can now prompt it again to edit it, and we'll go over editing in different videos. One way of working with AI and the image generators is that you can just look at the quick design sketches that you're doing. We're all on the go. We're designing on our sketchbooks, or some of you on Wacom tablets or on your iPads, and you're sketching on those, or you're just doodling, or even creating mock 3D objects to start off with when you're starting off, just vector drawings that you're doing in Illustrator, quick design concepts. Take those and upload them into Gemini or ChatGPT. You can see kind of work. They can give you similar results, so they're equal in my opinion. And just go in, call up, like I've got some sketches here of ideas that I had in the past. Bart Simpson, I had this idea of what if we saw his bust on a museum? I could turn that into a realistic kind of photographic image as if it's in the big museum. Or if I have ideas like a concept of time, of candle burning, or I want to recreate this image of a gasoline tank about to commit suicide. And I was at had silly ideas when I was an animator, or this guy scuba diver inside a bottle. How do I reimagine that as a realistic or a kind of Pixar style image? So you can come up, just use your concepts, use your ideas to form more rendered views and visualize and play with it. Because here you can now prompt it for different types of colors. And that's my next video. I want to show how you do variations on this. Yeah. How do you use this kind of start with sketches, and then how do you create variety? So if you're using ChatGPT and you are creative, then stick with ChatGPT because it can now generate good imagery. But if you're using Gemini, use Gemini. Personally, my preference is towards Gemini, but sometimes I do just switch to ChatGPT because it has this ability to understand me better. I'll show that in the coming series. But the ideal way, if you're a creative and if you're not already subscribed to the more advanced image generation and video generation platforms, then I really recommend you look at FreePic. That's the one I use. Then there's OpenArt, there's Crea, there's Recraft, there's Adobe Firefly. If you're an Adobe user, you should be using Adobe Firefly for this kind of work as well. There are other platforms that allow you access to many image models and video models. Ones that are even better than Gemini's Nano Banana Pro, like Seedream or Flux Context. Each model has its capabilities and its strengths, and they're all getting better. So the fact that you get access to all of them in these kinds of platforms, I would recommend that you subscribe to one of them and place that into your design workflow. So that's the first video in the series. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, click the like button and do subscribe to my channel to follow more videos like this and more workflow ideas. And of course, stay tuned to the next videos. If you want to see how to create variations from your sketches for a variety of designs or a variety of looks, click on this video link here. Or if you want to see how to use your reference images and how ChatGPT and Gemini compare in using your reference images to create new design concepts and ideas, then click on this video link here.